morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of OnlyFins. Today we're talking about our Blonde Naso Tang, Tigs. Tigs, which is short for Tigger, is a blonde Naso Tang, or a Naso Elegans, and belongs to the family Acantharidae. Also known as the orange shoulder surgeonfish, an elegant tang, or an orange spine surgeonfish. He's generally found in the western Pacific Ocean, from like the Indian Ocean even, Marshall Islands, Samoa, generally in coral reefs, lagoons, and outer reef slopes from depths of 3 to 75 meters. They have an elongated grayish-brown body as a juvenile, and then as they mature, the body darkens to bluish-gray. There is a thin yellow stripe running from the back of the mouth to the eye, and the dorsal fin is also that vibrant yellow. Its snout is black, and then the lips are very orangish as well, which really drew Rachel to him. The lyre-shaped tail has elongated streamers as they mature, and you can see that on Tigs as well, especially if you go back and you look at early on videos that include him. He does not have the streamers, nor does he have that spine surrounded by the bright orange on either side of his caudal peduncle, or the base of his tail. And that's where he has his spine, and it's sharp like a surgeon's scalpel. If you look, every now and then they get in fights, and you'll see some wounds on the other fish. They grow to a max size of 16 to 18 inches, or 40 to 45 centimeters, if you believe in the metric system more. Occasionally, they will live in pairs, but more often in groups or singly. Depending on their environment or mood, they can change their color, which you'll see in a bunch of videos of him. When he's, scared, he becomes a very dark to kind of hide. Being primarily a herbivore, they depend, like most other surgeonfish, on benthic algae, or just any kind of plant matter in general. He will eat pretty much anything I put in. He loves LRS, Reef Frenzy, and really anything that I dump in there. He just goes for it, especially the pellet food that the Apex feeds in the morning. Goes nuts for it. Loves it. In the wild, you can expect them to live up to 20 years. In captivity, you could probably get a little bit better than that, obviously. In the aquarium hobby, they're very popular because of the coloration that they have. However, they do require plenty swimming space. So you really need, for an adult, probably a 6-foot tank of some variation, 150, 180 gallon, or up from there. You want him to be able to go 2 to 3 lengths of his body, maybe even 4, before having to turn. So if you extrapolate that out, that's 18 inches, that's 1.5 feet. So 1.5 times 3 is a 4.5 feet tank at least. They are relatively peaceful. Just keep them away from other fish of the same family, as they'll usually not get along. There are ways around that. If you have a big enough tank, enough food supply, and whatnot. With all tangs, all surgeonfish, remember that they do not have scales. They have basically skin like we do, covered by a thick mucus coat. This thick mucus coat is designed to protect them from diseases like as marine ick or velvet. So it's very important to quarantine and acclimate them to wherever you're bringing them from. Spawning wise, male Blonde Naso Tangs can be very aggressive towards each other. They swim upward together, releasing their sperm and eggs into the water where fertilization takes place. And then the eggs just kind of float off and hatch. So, unlike some fish, there's literally no input from the parents after they actually mate. They are listed as least concern on the IUCN Red List, but that doesn't mean that their habitat isn't threatened and that we don't need to continue doing things to prevent their increased habitat loss. So, in the end, he is really just a great fish to have. He comes up, and as you see, he comes up and greets you at the panel when you come up to the tank, as long as you don't go too fast, because he is quite the wuss when it comes to people around the tank. He shows off to other fish, but he is a wuss. He does love Michael, and really comes up to see him and Rachel, and that's about it. Even though I'm the one that, feeds him, keeps him alive, takes care of him. But whatever. So, if you have a larger tank, I would 100% suggest getting this beautiful, gorgeous fish with a ton of personality. So, that's Tigs. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment below, and we'll see you again later. Have a great day.